What's up, everyone? I'm here with Jess Medina, the women's development team coach. You're taking a contingent next week to Pan Am's but this camp is here. How fun is it to have all these girls all in the room and just working on each other?
Oh, it's awesome. Last year we weren't able to use the room. Everything was pretty shut down at the OTC, so we were doing a lot of our prep camps off campus, different locations, and so bringing it back here to the OTC is awesome because we have a lot of resources, and we've been able to utilize our Team 5, our dietitian, our strength and conditioning. So bringing it back here has been really good, and just being able to work with both our U17 and U20 Pan Am teams, get a bunch of people in the room and just get them to scrap, get them to sharpen each other. So the energy's been pretty good.
Yeah, how have you seen the girls kind of feed off each other, the younger girls feed off the older girls?
Yeah, I think what's cool is that, there's definitely, it's a transition from U17 and U20, where some of those girls in the same age group, and then also with some gaps. So having the athletes together has been really great for them to, that U20 to push the U17 along, and then also, those U17 step up, especially, when we're going over technique, when we're hitting some key areas. It's awesome to have that older age group to pull them along. And then what's really cool is, we have our senior residents here, and they're just kind of trickling in from Final X and that season and whatnot. So as they've come in, they've been able to help, drill with them, show them some technique, and just, everyone's been sharpening each other. So it's been pretty cool.
Definitely. So looking ahead to Argentina, I know that there's some girls that have international experience, some not. For those that don't, how have you seen the older experienced girls kind of give advice to those girls on what an international tournament looks like?
I think the some of the girls, they whether on a team last year, whether it's World Team or Pan Am, so those girls have been really helpful in just prepping them for what to expect, especially when you go to Latin America. It's definitely different. In Argentina in itself, we've had conversations about the flight from, whether it's Dallas or Houston, is about 10 hours. So that's a little abnormal, especially for, U17 group. It's their first long flight. So things like that, where those older athletes are able to give them some advice, help them through it, just help them mentally get prepared.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool.
I know you've probably been on several of those long flights. On a 10-hour flight, what do you like to do? Do you like to watch movies, listen to music, or what?
Just depends. I try to get rested before the flight, and then just, I usually bring work with me, or watch movies, or read, or watch film, and then try to get some sleep. And I usually, I'll try to time what time zone we're going to, let the athletes know, hey, it's a good time to sleep on the plane, stay awake, push through. So a little bit of that.
And obviously, you're here coaching Nicole Tyson, the Oklahoma City women's coach. I know you guys coached together last year, but what makes you guys such a great team?
Well, we go way back. We were on the junior world team together. We competed against each other. So just really cool to have someone that you know and trust to work alongside the athletes, and someone who did it as well, right? So that's really cool to have that female coaching staff who's been there and done that, and be able to share those experiences. And she's just an awesome help. She has tons of coaching experience, so she's been awesome with just helping me make sure things go smoothly, watching film with the athletes, making sure their needs are met, helping out with practice and technique, and she knows her stuff. So it's really nice to have another coach in here and say, hey, you got it. If I'm not there, she can step in. So we really tag team, and it's pretty cool.
And then I know you brought in Henry Cejudo. What does he bring to the table?
Well, I didn't bring him in.
Okay.
It was a nice surprise. His niece Genesis, she wrestles, and she was here for camp. So it was a nice surprise to see him in the room, and for the entire camp. And what was really cool is just to have him engage with the athletes and the group, and to be in and help, and it he pulled in and just said, hey, I want to be hands-on and be here for the week. That was really encouraging to hear, from my standpoint, and just to bring him in because, right, I mean, he's on the wall, right?
Yeah.
He's Olympic champ, and not only that with his MMA career. So just to have a different set of eyes, just to have really high level competitor come in and just talk to the girls, relate to the girls, And then today he ran practice, so that was really good because there was a good change up, a lot of different styles in here, and for them, just to hear those experiences of someone who also trained here and had that journey.
So you had no idea he was going to be here?
Well, he had mentioned that he would stop by,
Okay.
to the capacity, which him jumping into camp, I wasn't sure.
Sure.
And, it was really awesome because he came in for practices, helped, and, talked to the athletes and was really hands-on. So that was awesome. That was a bonus, really grateful for that. So, and the Cejudo family, they're just awesome people. So just very, they love wrestling, right? And they're helpful. So it's cool to have them in here.
So obviously next week, I know you guys brought a whole loaded roster. I mean, everyone is really talented, but are there any girls out there that you think that could surprise a little bit?
Well, I don't know about surprise. I think for me, the experience of taking them, to Argentina, taking them on a long trip and just seeing how they adapt to that pressure internationally. Some of them, have done that before, so I think the expectation is high. And then, as far as like our newer athletes, I always like to see who works under pressure well. You get to see who rises to the occasion, how people adapt to those things. So I think more so, I like to see that process of how they get ready for competition and how they get themselves in that zone and mindset. Otherwise, everyone is extremely talented. So it's just about getting them to that, to that peak where they're ready to compete. Aside from all, the barriers from traveling or getting acclimated or different food, like all those things come together. And what I love about all those trips is, whether it's coaches, athletes, anyone around, you get to see how they operate under, those conditions. And so, that's what I want to see. I want to keep building that process with them. Once they get on the mat, they're going to do the work. So for me, expectation is high.
Yeah. So Jess Medina, development team coach, head coach next week for U17 Pan Am's. Best of luck and thank you.